Hi, my name is Amy McDaniel, and I discovered Stuart Lichtman and his courses on cybernetic transposition way back in 2004. I'm a lifelong student of the cybernetic transposition method, and I use it at least 4 times a year to work on manifesting specific goals in my life. It's worked for me, and I want to help others learn more about the program. It's such a unique approach to manifestation that you will not find elsewhere. What I like most about it is that it is specific and targeted and can be applied to specific desires and goals. Now, it does take effort and work to apply the principles, but Stuart provides a step-by-step, simple-to-follow process. The greatest thing about the method is that you actually do not have to believe it'll work. You just have to follow the process. This alone was what got me to try it back in 2004, and it's changed my life. So let me give you some more details. Stuart Lichtman teaches cybernetic transposition through 3 types of courses. 1, an ebook, 2, an online video course, and 3, a live coaching program. I have not done his high-end coaching program, so my review relates to his ebook course and online program. His ebook has a hypey name, How to Get Lots of Money for Anything Fast. Strange name, I know, but don't let the name keep you from learning his methods. His online course is the Dream Achiever program. I purchased this a few years after having success with his ebook. I recommend it because he provides more guidance on application of each of the principles and steps, and generally video course teaching will sink in much more deeply than a book. But like I said, his ebook for a smaller investment will get you results as well. Now, I'm assuming most of you have not had any exposure to Stuart before, so I'd recommend his ebook as a low-cost way to get started using his methods. And the rest of this video, I'll review his ebook. But know that his video course, the Dream Achiever program, goes over the same material in much more depth and with more analysis and more helpful exercises. In his ebook, the course is taught primarily through a 230-page book, but there are audio sessions that supplement each of the key components of the cybernetic transposition system. Now, Stuart is an engineer and a scientist, not an award-winning author. And you can tell by the way he writes in his courses that he's not a great writer. However, because he is a systems-oriented person, the book and the course are outlined in a systematic order, which makes it very easy to follow and learn. The course is divided up into 2 approaches to manifestation. The first is the cybernetic transposition basic achievement process, which he teaches first, and the second builds upon the first and is called the cybernetic super achievement process, which is for manifesting huge, seemingly impossible to reach goals. In the course, he asks you to come up with a specific list of what you want to manifest in your life. He then asks you to rate your view of difficulty it will take to get it, with 1 being easy and 10 being impossible. Stuart then works with you on a specific goal, which you rate a 5 in difficulty, and he uses this to teach you the basic method. I like this because you're actually manifesting as you are learning his course and his methods. The basic method is a 3-step process, but each step contains within it its own set of steps and exercises. He gives you specific instructions and provides detailed examples. While he uses advanced terminology to describe the components of his system, I was never confused by what I had to do. Plus, he gives a great explanation of why each step in the process is necessary. Now, as he lets you know in the course, you do not actually have to believe it for it to work, but as he explains the process, I started to believe it on an intuitive level as I was going through the process. Now, it does take some time to go through the exercises to set up your first manifestation goal, and then a little time each week after the initial process. The first project that I used this method for was to manifest $8,000 of income a month. At the time, I was just starting my consulting practice in a town I just moved to, and while I would get a small project here and there, I was not even close to the possibility of receiving $8,000 a month, and there were no signs in my life that were leading to that. But Stuart claims no signs are necessary. Just do what is required by the cybernetic transposition basic achievement process. So I did. And in a few months, my family and I went on a summer vacation, and I actually started to get a little concerned about our finances. But I followed the steps in the program for what to do when negative feelings come up, and I just kept following the program and the troubleshooting that is addressed in the program. The interesting thing is when I returned from vacation, there was a voicemail of an old client of mine from years ago. He ran into one of my old coworkers and heard that I had struck out on my own. He got my number, and in the voicemail, he said he wanted to discuss an ongoing monthly engagement starting at $8,000 a month. I could not believe it and was in a state of shock for about a week. From there, a lot of money abundance has entered my life, and I have since applied the Cybernetic Transposition method to many other things in life, such as more energy, more quality time with family, better relationships, and dream vacations. If you do the work, the method seems to work. It definitely has for me. A few years ago, I got around to learning the Super Achievement Cybernetic Transposition method, and I used it to manifest a goal that I rated a 9 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. This method does have additional steps and requires more effort on your part. But again, the steps are laid out for you and simple to follow. For my difficult goal, it took longer than others, but I had faith and I'm a firm believer in this method. At the end of that year, my goal was reached in what was, again, a surprising manner that came out of nowhere. Now, I still study other courses and follow other manifestation teachers, but no one has come close to Stuart Lichtman's program in terms of results for me. It is not a feel-good course, and it does take work. It also requires that you remain loyal to a manifestation that you start. There's no guarantee on when it will happen, and a lot of that depends on how intensely you follow the program rules. I recommend you start with goals that you rate between a 4 or 5 in terms of difficulty. Having early successes will help you to apply it to bigger and more difficult goals later. There are some challenges that can come up along the way, and Stuart discusses these, so you need to be aware of them. The good thing is he gives you tools and approaches for handling them. You must follow his program exactly from the time you start to the time your goal manifests. If you want a step-by-step approach to manifesting money or anything else in your life, and you're willing to put in the effort to accomplish these goals, this course is well worth trying. While other programs have worked as well for me, this one is intense and makes a lot of sense, both logically and intuitively as you go through it. You really develop this feeling of certainty that your goal is coming. And as you may know from other law of attraction teachings, once you get to this level of certainty without doubt, things manifest very quickly. Plus, all of Stuart's programs come with an ironclad guarantee, and the period is much longer than you need to go through the cybernetic transposition basic process to see an actual desired goal of yours manifest. So try it risk-free. If you want more details about the program, click on the link below in the video description. Thanks.